Hey YouTube, we're starting with cake batter flavored chapstick today. Welcome to the Crazy Troll Nation. If this is your first time here, the Crazy Troll Nation is just because sometimes I be acting crazy. The good crazy, not the certifiably put in the institution crazy. And the troll part is not caring too much about what the beauty community standards of beauty are. Wearing what you want to wear, whatever brand, whatever tool, whatever technique, and just wearing your makeup the way you want to and just rocking it with confidence. That's the basic concept of the Crazy Troll Nation. I do curse on my channel sometimes. If you have been here before, thank you for coming back. This video, as you can tell, we're jumping right in because I am going to do an entire face. And this is Fenty Primer, Fenty Foundation. This is just an Nail palette. This is going to be a request. Jacqueline D requested me to do an icy pastel fairy princess look. I'm a troll, okay, Jacqueline, not a fairy or a princess. But I asked what you guys wanted to see in a community post, and you answered, and so I'm answering. So that's going to be part of the look. I did not do my brows because Will Venus, one of the many things he asked for was a multi-chrome blocked brow. So we're going to do that. I just poked myself in the eye with these bristles. I got to remember to go sideways with this brush under my eyes because I will poke myself in my eyeball. Where was I in my sentence? So we're going to do his request as a part of this look. I did see a picture. I don't know about posting pictures I see because I don't know where the pictures came from except off the internet, and I don't want to get strikes on my channel. But this is the picture. I know it's not going to look like that because it looks like she has some glitter on. It looks like she has some jewels on. I chose that picture because Jacqueline wanted icy pastel. I don't like myself in pastel colors, but when I looked at that, to me that looks like an ice princess. I'm not going to do the jewel thing. I don't use glitters. I don't put jewels on my face. But as far as the colors, I don't even think I'm going to get close, but I know she had on, it looked like a brownish transition shade, and just everything else was like white and blue. And so I know I can do that. And so we're just going to play around. So this is not going to try, I'm not going to try to recreate the picture. I'm going to just try and make it my own, whereas the other pictures I saw for the recreations, I was trying to actually recreate that picture. So this is not a recreation. There is no foundation right here or over here. And there is none left on this palette, just a tiny bit. So I'm going to scrape and see if I can put some here, and I'm going to scrape for here. I had initially purchased this brush. This is a MAC 130S brush for the e.l.f. putty blushes, and initially I liked it and then I didn't, and it's been sitting here, and then the other day I used it for concealer and I'm like, oh, this is nice. And so, excuse me, I'm going to use it for concealer because my under eyes are looking a little dark. We're going to use Estee Lauder Double Wear Radiant, and this one is 4N. I'm looking at the redness around here. Big doe foot, which I do not use. I mean, do not need, because I don't do the whole triangle concealer thing. Now that I'm doing this, I'm wondering if I should have waited to do concealer. This is, where's my spatula? Give me a second. We're going to take the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Flawless Concealer in 4N. This is the regular one. This was the 4N Radiant. And we are going to scoop this in here. And we're going to just put that there. And that's too much. And now this is messy. Ugh, I hate messes. We're going to tap this out with this brush. This is the same one we used for the foundation and the corners up here, which I don't know. It still looks like it's missing. And I didn't notice that in previous videos when I used that brush that I wasn't getting the corners of my square 5 head. So that's the concealer, and that's all we're going to do for that up here. And then we're going to pat this here. I really like this shade for me. I haven't used this concealer with this foundation. I've only used this concealer, the Estee Lauder concealer, with the Estee Lauder foundation. And that's looking different. Like it doesn't blend in as well. Because the foundation is a corresponding shade as the concealer. And so this is not really looking right. But we're going to try to make it look right. So we're going to take our Fashion Fair Set It Loose powder in Truly Tawny. And I'm going to use this big brush right here, which might be a mistake. We're just going to use it. So I pressed in. And we're tapping. And we're going to tap around. Got in my mouth. Our face. This is a great brush for all over, because as you can see, you can do your entire face quickly, but if you have your brows done, it will disturb your brows because this brush is just massive. And so, did we get everywhere? I'm just trying to see if it's dry, which if it is, the powder is everywhere. But I find when I mixed the Fenty primer, excuse me, with the Fenty foundation, it does dry very quickly. And we're just whatever's in the cap, even though we didn't put any in the cap. But because it sits sideways, some does come from in the jar into the cap. So that is that. I'm a little nervous. So it looked like I'm gonna do, excuse me, actually, I almost forgot eyeshadow primer. I'm going to use today the Pat McGrath Artistry Wand. We're going to use this as our eyeshadow primer. I've only used it, I think, just tapping, well, not tapping, but swiping it on the lid to place an additional shade on top of another shade. I have not used this for an all over eyelid primer like I'm doing right now. So this is new for me as well. And I've been wanting to try this all over, but I'm in such a habit of using the Fenty primer, I just automatically just grab for it. And this is only good for 6 months, it says. And I do pay attention to the lifespan of items because I have sensitive skin and I don't want to risk my skin getting irritated, excuse me, or breaking out or having sensitivities and such. And so I do know I need to use this because this is only good until May of 2023. I keep looking at it because it feels like something is scratching my lid, and I think it's just the corner of the component, and you push it up from the bottom, but it doesn't go back down. And so I don't want to push up too much and then it possibly break off. And unlike the Fenty primer, this is completely clear. So I can't really tell like where it is or where it's not, or if I need to blend it out. But we're gonna just take this brush that we normally use for primer and blend this out anyway. Actually, we're also going to take this on our brows. We're going to do this now because I think I might forget later. Yes, we're doing a lot of different things today. It'll be interesting. Someone commented under one of my experiment videos. They said I am, or should call myself, a mad troll scientist. And so you know what I did? I went on Amazon and ordered me a lab coat. Yes, I did. And so when I do experiments, I'm gonna put my lab coat on. I love it, like when you guys say things and leave comments, because I really do read everyone. And I'm like, you know what? I do a lot of experiments, and that is like a mad scientist type thing. So I'm like, okay. I'm wondering if I want to come out here. And I can't see it, so I don't know if it's really going over here or not. So that's the primer for our lid. We're going to take NYX Retractable Eyeliner, and this one is in deep blue. I don't know how many days of Vlogmas I'm going to do. Some people do 12 days of Vlogmas. I think as of right now, I'm scheduled up to day 15, I think. Today is December 10th. I don't know how many I'm going to do. I do want to get all of your requests in from that post that I did. And so that's what's keeping me going. And then I had a couple collabs. And that's why some days I did have 2 videos. But then there's other times I have 2 videos in one day anyway. If I unexpectedly get a delivery in from somewhere. What am I looking for? I am going to take this smudge brush and just blend this out. Well, not blend it, but smudge it. I'm wishing right now I had a blue mascara. And the only thing with that is how often would I use it. If there was a mini blue one somewhere, I would get it, because that would come in handy, like just for looks like these, but not something I would wear all the time, even though sometimes I do wear the blue, the green mascara and the burgundy one from Fenty. So we're taking Fun to Mime, that pastel-y blue, and we're going to put that on. Something with me with pastels is usually they make me look ashy. This one doesn't. When I use it as a transition shade, it does, and I think because it's blended in my transition area. But another issue is you can see my skin beneath it because it is such a light shade, and I'm seeing my skin beneath the shade here. But once we top it, it may not be noticeable. We're patting some over here. We've already done that side. And I started to get the shape wrong, and I'm like, no! No! Because the last one we did okay on the one eye. And so then I'm like, okay, I went from completely jacked up to one side having the right shape. So now I just need to get both sides to be the right shape. I'm actually just going to fill in this little space right here. Oh, that looks nice. Y'all see I'm still learning, even through these requests and playing around still with the wings. I don't think this one's more pointy. I started to take a blending brush, but then I didn't. And I do like when it comes to a point, but they don't look the same, so they're just both going to be kind of round. It's still not the same. This one kind of swoops, and this one goes straight over. And I think because I need to fill in this space right here. Oh, this shade is just really going everywhere. Actually, it's going exactly where I'm putting it, right? Right. Like, who else is doing my face but me right now? I'm really liking how these are going over the primer, even though you can see my lid under the shadow. And I know all of you are rooting for me. Like, you can do it, troll. You can do it. And now this side is way up here. And I don't want to take it up too high because I still got to block the brow. That's going to be fun. And even if I think it's busted, I know Will is going to be like, oh, that's awesome. Yeah, the shapes are right here. Seems like it's not the same, and it might just be what I'm seeing. All right, we're going to stop with that. We're going to take a clean one, and we're going to go into Snow Cone, this shade here, and we're going to top that over this. I don't know if it's going to stick or not. If not, I'll put some more of the Artistry Wand on it. And this is a dual chrome, and that's why I picked this shade. Let's see if it'll sweep. It is sweeping. That's nice. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I was going to use my e.l.f. No Budge Cream Shadow as an eyeshadow base. I'm going to just go and experiment with the ColorFix. I need my palette again. So I just now opened it, and we're just going to put some on the palette. I'm hearing people say less is more. And also, this is going to go on our cheeks, and then we're going to top it with something else. Yeah, y'all, we're doing the thing, or I'm trying to do the thing. I'm going to take this brush because we're going to do our brow, and hopefully they'll look the same. So we're tapping in. This is my first time doing this, and this is very rich, it's very emollient. So I'm like, I don't know, and I don't even know if this is going to be a blocked brow. And this stuff, when it dries, and so it's like whatever it is going to be what it is, kind of. And I do have the blue pencil liner, the NYX one, and I have a white one, so I can still try to do other stuff with it, but I am just playing with makeup with stuff I've never used before. I'm liking that. I don't know if it's fairy-ish, but boy, I really appreciate y'all. I really do. Because I asked, sorry for smacking, because I always ask questions because I do feel like I'm talking to you, and I do like the interaction. And as you can tell, when I ask questions, like, I really want to know. And when I asked what you wanted to see, you guys, some of you said what you wanted to see, and I'm doing what you said you wanted to see. And so I hear you, and I see you, and I want you to know that I do really appreciate you. I'm gonna leave this jacked up because I'm going to fix it with, maybe I just need a different type of brush. I'm going straight in because I do want to get more of this blue concentrated. And I do know that that's jacked up right there. And I'm trying to figure out how to fix it. And I'm not sure I know how to. This side has a nice pointed line and this side doesn't. So I'm still going straight in. So yeah, I did just need, after I did this part up here, to just use a smaller brush or the tip of the brush for the shape that we've created. I don't think this is Ice Fairy Princess. It's definitely different. When I do my makeup, I'm looking at what I'm doing. Like right now, I'm just looking at where I'm placing this color on my brow. And so when I do this and I see the whole thing, that's when I'm like it's a different visual, looking at the whole versus just parts and whatever particular part I'm working on at that time. And so that's why sometimes when I'm looking, I look a little weird because I'm just like trying to figure out what I'm seeing. This is a little jacked right here. And I'm not sure if it's the same blue as the blue we used on our lower lash line. The ColorFix did not do well on my lids. It stayed, but it irritated my lids very badly. And so I know I can't use the ColorFixes on my lid, but I thought that it would be okay for my brows. And so that's why I did that. We're going to take now, we're going to take Snow Cone again, that same shade, with this brush, and we are going to tap this. Ooh, because her brows were icy. Y'all, you know what? I've said a few times in other videos, I don't consider myself creative with makeup. I honestly don't. But doing these looks, even though they're not something I would do just to do, like on a regular basis, it is really fun to try, and it is nice to do, especially when, I was going to say especially when it looks nice, but even when it doesn't, because when I did that first busted ass massive wing, that was completely jacked up, but I learned a lot. And then when I did the second wing, the Grace Jones look, the one side looked really good. One side was still busted, but one side was good. And so that shows me progress, and it shows me that this is icy. I like that. And so it shows me that, excuse me, I was implementing the stuff that I learned. And I remember in that video, I kept saying, you know, I learned this, I learned that. But to see it play out, you know, because it's one thing to say you learned something, and then it's another thing to implement it and really know that you actually did learn it and that you did improve because of what you learned. You know what I mean? And so again, I thank you for these requests and ideas. I am liking the brow. Different tone of blue than the lid, but I'm liking the brow. And I'm actually thinking I need something icier on the lid, but I really don't know what to put because it is what it is. And the shade we just put on the brow is the shade we topped the lid with. I need something on my lower lash line. We're going to take that same brush and take that same shade, Snow Cone. And this might be tricky because this is a shimmer. Put this under here without getting it in my eyes. I have forgotten how much I liked this palette minus the pastel shades, because this shade and this one do tend to look ashy on me, and I haven't used this palette in a while, and so I was excited, like, oh, that has a pastel shade in there I can use for this look. And so I was excited to pull this palette out again. That looks better because it doesn't look as blue. And we still need to put that ColorFix on our cheeks too, that blue ColorFix. I'm trying to figure out where to put the white liner. You know what? I just figured it out. I'm going to put the white liner on top of this blue, the lid shades. I'm going to wipe it off a lot like I didn't do before, and it bled everywhere. And if I knew I could do a thin line, let me put my elbow on the table, I would do my upper lash line. I'm wondering if I use a pencil liner, because if this one messes up, it's just a wrap. It's just going to be done. And so if I just do a little at a time, it's already looking jacked up, but we're trying. And I'm just scraping, not scraping, but wiping it on the edge because I don't want to take too much. I'm messing up. We're going to do a line above our brows. That does not, I don't like that at all. I liked it I like this one, but this looks kind of cartoonish. That's just a little bit too much. I don't like that. So you know what? We're not going to do the other side. We're going to just leave it. Yeah, this, what I could do. Oh, goodness gracious. We're going to take this brush again back to this blue ColorFix. What is the color of it? It's just called Primary Blue. That's the name of it. And we're going to cover up this white line with this, and then we're going to go back and put Snow Cone on top of it. We're going to do the same thing on the other side, only because now this brow is higher up than this one. I don't even know if it's really noticeable or not, but I kind of feel like it is. Or maybe just because it's darker now, it looks like that. Back with Snow Cone, and we're going to pat that on top of the blue again. Make sure if you're watching and you are subscribed that you're publicly subscribed. I have some more things coming up, and I know I made exceptions before, and I have said, you know, just make sure you're commenting so I know that you are one of my riders and you're just not, you know, a random person popping up for the giveaway. But I'm realizing it's taking me a lot of time to verify people sometimes, and so I cannot tell you how to publicly subscribe. I know there's YouTube videos on how to do it, so please do. And if you're here for the first time, the reason I'm saying that is because most of my giveaways are subscriber appreciation. This looks nice like this. Look at that sparkle in my brows. Yeah, Will, I know you're living for this brow. Initially, I was going to do a white line here. Maybe I should do one across here. That might be too much. I want this look to be nice. I don't want to overdo it. I'm going to take a brown liner on my upper lash line because I feel like it needs something. If I had a blue liner, I would, and these don't work for me for my upper lash line, and I think it's just too jagged for me to try to get a straight line. Well, not that it's jagged because it's soft, but because I have wrinkles on my skin and all of my hair follicles along my lash line are not even, and so sometimes the liner skips. But here I am doing it, right? So what we gonna do now? I'm gonna wipe off some chapstick only because I'm trying to figure out the cheek situation. So I'm just diverting attention while one part of my mind is trying to figure out something. But we are going to take some more of the ColorFix. I want something else on my upper lash line. I'm gonna just take this brown because I need something else up here, and I don't want to take a black because that's too harsh. And I know I just said I could have took a dark blue eyeshadow, but for some reason I'm thinking it wouldn't be enough. So this is what we're doing for liner. It's not icy, it's not princess, it's not fairy, it's not pastel, but it's what we got, and it's what we're doing. So we're going to put some more ColorFix on this palette. I have quite a few things out for lip. Most of this has dried, so we're just going to put some more on top. I don't think I need it that much. Why are my eyes burning? And we're going to, they say with the ColorFix, like, you do not need a lot, and so I'm kind of nervous to even put this on my cheek. So I'm going to take a lipstick applicator and I'm going to tap in. We're going to do this side first. We're going to do that, and then we're going to take this brush, and this is not going, you know what, this might look right because she did have like a straight blush type situation. Now watch the other side be completely different. And I chose the brushes I chose because they're not my good expensive brushes in case they stain or something just went really wrong. And so where did I put that? I don't even know where I put it. We are going to take, because it is icy AF, excuse me, from the Natasha Denona. This is not even Natasha Denona. From the Danessa Myricks Beauty Lightwork Volume 1 Highlighter Palette. If you guys saw when I did the try on, this shade right here, super icy. Super duper icy. And so that's the one we're going to use for our blush. This is look I mean for the high, well, yeah, the blush type situation. So we're putting this in. This is called Like Duh, and we're not tapping off. We are not tapping off, and I'm hoping it'll cover that jagged line. So we are just putting this in this entire area. This is not princessy. I do think it's icy. I do want something more shiny on the lid, and this would be it, but I don't use face products for my lids because my lids are sensitive, and so I don't want to end up having problems later on. And now we're going to do a blue lip. So the question is, just put on this. I think I want to line my lips and then go in with the Keith Haring, because that ColorFix, I did use it for lips before. Not that color, it's a different one. It was challenging to work with, and I think I wasn't putting on enough initially because it was drying faster than I could blend it out. Oh, do you see what I just did? We're going to take the Keith Haring lipstick. This is where we are with the lips. We're going to take that lip liner again just to even out this line at the bottom. I realized too I haven't been doing shorts lately, and I think because it's been the recreation looks, and some of them weren't that good. We're going to take the butter gloss and put that on top. Or should I just take snow cone and put on top? I have a feeling that's what I'm going to end up doing anyway. This is pretty. It's not icy though, but it's pretty. I do kind of want to take snow cone on my lips, or we're going to take this like and we're going to put this on our lips. So instead of an icy princess, we have an icy troll. And a blocked brow. So I do hope, did I not use this brush? That one I did not use, so that can go home. This one we did use, that can go in the to be cleaned pile. So can that one. So this is definitely different. I would like more to happen on the lid, because the lid just looks bland compared to pow, pow, bam, and the brow. And so the eyes are just like, and the tone of blue seems to be a bit off as well, but I'm not really sure what to do about that. And even if I put this on it, that's a little bit darker, and I don't want to keep doing stuff. Because then it'll just be never ending, and we're already at an hour almost. And so I do like how I did the brows, and so thank you, Will, for asking for a blocked brow, even though it's not blocked in the sense that it's carved out but not blocked, because in my mind I felt like Will was asking for just like a rectangular brow, which this is not. But I do like the shape that I created with the ColorFix and with the white liner. And so I'm doing graphic liner again, which is awesome. Worked with ColorFix for brows and for cheeks, and lots of new things I tried today. And so thank you. Yeah, stay tuned for more Vlogmas, I guess. Again, I don't know how many more days I'm going to do. If you are here for the first time, go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, share my videos, browse through my playlist, like and comment on those. The ones that you do like. If you don't like them, thumbs down. But do share my content with those who you think will be interested in what I do, or in the least entertained, because some excuse me, of my videos, it's like, what is this troll talking about? Yeah. And for those of you who have been here and are returning, thank you very much. And you know I do appreciate you. And as I said earlier, there will be things coming up, so please make sure you are publicly subscribed. Please make sure you're reading the information in the description box, and also make sure you're checking my community tab. And that'll be it for this video. Thanks again, Jacqueline and Will, for your requests. And you all will see me, not a blue icy troll, in the next video. Thanks.